Hey guys, NASCAR Mobile 48 back again. We're back to another NASCAR video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a potential Cup Series team coming into fruition, that is Junior Motorsports, but they have been having issues of trying to come into the Cup Series about charters, and we just heard something big about charters earlier today, so we'll get to that later. But first, once we highlight and talk about Junior Motorsports trying to go Cup Series racing, let's also talk about three options that they can do to even get into the Cup Series if things don't really work out. Like, let's talk about their options of trying to get into the NASCAR Cup Series. But before we begin, if you guys want to check out my my gaming channel, NASCAR Gaming 48, link will be down in the description below. I should be uploading a NASCAR 21 ignition video up this Thursday, so tomorrow, and I should have a little bit of news right before we get into the gaming, so you'll just find out. So click the link in the description so you do not miss that. Also, if you want to check out my Instagram, link will also be down in the description below, and subscribe over to this channel, guys. As you can see right here, we are currently at 192 subs. We are just 8 away from 200 subscribers. So guys, hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, but I do still really appreciate those who have subscribed. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about today's news story that I've held off for 2 weeks, but it's still relatively new. So to start off, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s NASCAR team has been a championship contender in the Xfinity Series, but how close is Junior Motorsports to a Cup Series debut? Junior Motorsports have seen their fair share of success in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, complete with 3 series championships. Their first title came in 2014 with Chase Elliott, 2017 with William Byron, and their most recent one in 2018 with Tyler Reddick. And this season alone, all 4 of their drivers are slated to be in the playoffs as they sit well above the cut line, with Justin Allgaier with, I believe, 3 wins, Barry with 2 wins, Gragson with 3 wins, and Mayer doesn't have a win, but he's still good in on points. Continued success and a pipeline of talent have made the team owned by NASCAR Hall of Famer Dale Jr. formidable competition, and this has allowed Earnhardt to add to his legacy outside of the driver's seat. Now, while he does still compete in the Xfinity Series once per year, he had to shift gears into an owner's mindset since he retired from full-time Cup Series competition at the end of the 2017 season. Earnhardt and co-owner Kelly Earnhardt Miller, his sister, have expressed interest in moving up to the Cup Series, but they have cited charter price as a huge obstacle. Now, we also have to think about the charter system being involved. That's why their #1 reason of not joining Cup Series right now is the charter system. Think back to 2020, where the charter system was, I would say, like about $6 million, but then up to 2021, it doubled the price, literally went up to $12 million. And I remember when Danny Hamlin couldn't get to Front Row Motorsports, he bought Starcom. And even though the charter system was like $12 million, Derek Cope said, screw that, give me $13.5 million, and that's how much they bought. And currently, as of today, of what we've heard, the prices have now gone up to $20 million. So in the past 2.5 years or so, the price from $6 million has really over tripled into $20 million. So that's a big reason right there. But even though a full-time move to the Cup Series probably won't happen in 2023, it may be time for Junior Motorsports to think of possible ways to expand their program to the sport's top level, and here are the 3 ways that I think that they can do that. Now, the first way I can see them joining Cup is if they merge with RCR. RCR has been a staple of the NASCAR Cup Series for decades now, but following a recent announcement, I think about a month ago, the team may need to think about downsizing. And besides, like I already said, it was recently confirmed that Tyler Reddick, who was under contract to drive the #8 car through next year, would leave RCR for 2311 Racing after the 2023 season, going into 2024. Now, it is unclear what car he will drive for 2311 Racing in 2024. Could be a 3rd car, maybe the number 67, or he could be replacing Kurt Busch if Kurt Busch decides to hang it up, but I don't think they'll get rid of Bubba Wallace unless something bad happened. And also, who will be replacing him at Richard Childress Racing? Some people were saying, like, oh, maybe an Austin Hill, because he just made his first Cup Series start at Michigan just this past weekend, but who knows, things could change in the future. But this is where Junior Motorsports can come in. So, Dale Jr. and the rest of the Xfinity Series team could merge with RCR, keeping the current stable of the #3 and the #8, since both numbers technically hold great value for their respective teams. While Austin Dillon is the current driver of the #3, would most likely stay in that seat, Junior Motorsports could bring one of their own drivers. perhaps a driver like Josh Berry, a driver who's technically slated to see the Cup Series sooner rather than later to hop into the number 8 car. I mean, you could do Noah Gragson, but he just signed with Petty GMS earlier today, driving the 42 car for 2023. And Sam Mayer, he's not even ready. He just started his first full-time season. Also think Earnhardt Childress Racing, or ECR, is already the name of the team's engine program, so while that name may be out of the question, Junior Childress Racing may be a more realistic option, but that's just a theory. So now let's move on to possibility number 2. The second option for Junior Motorsports to join into Cup is like buying out a smaller team. Now, while there are ways around the charter system that Junior Motorsports can utilize to go full-time Cup Series racing, they are going to need to have a chartered entry for long-term success, because NASCAR implemented the charter system back in 2016 between the Sport and Race Team Alliance and is shown to be the only effective business model for running a Cup Series team. For Junior Motorsports, they may need to start looking at smaller teams that haven't exactly received their return on investment from years past when it comes to winning, specific teams in mind such as Rickware Racing and Live Fast Motorsports. Rickware Racing downsized last season, going from 4 charter cars to just 2. The driver of the team's number 51 Chevy, Cody Ware, is also the son of team owner Wick Ware, so the number 51 car may be priceless at the moment due to its sentimental value and the chance it provides for the younger Ware to keep racing in the NASCAR Cup Series. And also the number 15 car for Rickware Racing is a rotational ride, something that Dale Jr. and company could elect to look into when starting the Cup Series team. So maybe giving the veteran Justin Allgaier some rides, or maybe giving a Sam Mayer a swing or two in the Cup Series. Now, Live Fast Motorsports have been a recent beneficiary of the charter system, joining the series in 2021 with the charter that had been used by the now defunct Go Fast Racing team. And while they currently serve as a backmarker in the Cup Series, they have a guaranteed spot on the track each week because of their charter. Now, if the team / driver / co-owner BJ McLeod focuses on his Xfinity Series program and convinces co-owners Matt Tifft and Joe Falk that the future isn't there for Live Fast, the number 78 charter could become an option as well. It's not the most likely scenario, considering it would involve some of the sport's most compassionate owners capitalizing on another team's shortcomings, but it would serve as a quick way into the Cup Series for JRM. And now the third and final way, and this is something that I've been thinking Junior Motorsports should do, is that they should go part-time in 2023 and then full-time in 2024. Dale Jr. and his sister Kelly have not been shy in repeating that the cost of a charter is the biggest reason why they haven't entered the Cup Series, because the cost for a single charter entry is reportedly to be roughly $12 million, but after hearing from today's news, it's now reached up to $20 million. So it is quite clear why the team sees that as an obstacle. Also, what is this person doing in the back with that face? So that leaves the team with an option that may be more costly at first, but most effective in the long run, and that is running part-time in Cup next year and then obtaining a charter to run full-time in 2024. So, hypothetically speaking, Junior Motorsports could enter a couple races on the 2023 schedule with the number 88 car, and then the number 88 was Dale Jr.'s number at Hendrick Motorsports, and he continues to field a car with that number in the Xfinity Series on a part-time basis, so it fits to just run the number 88. Doing this would give the team a test year with the Gen 7, as well as an opportunity to showcase different drivers throughout the season. Behind the scenes, the team could then start planning and reaching out to teams to see which charters may become available for the 2024 season, and every year silly season shows us that nothing lasts forever, and that some teams on the track in 2022 and 2023 might just decide that it's time to move on. All in all, the matter of Junior Motorsports fielding a Cup Series team seems to be a matter of when, not if. So getting a feel for the Gen 7 car in a race setting instead of simply spending hours testing would help. And racing part-time next year with plans of a full-time chartered entry in 2024 may be the best way for them to approach it. So that's why I think out of all these three situations that's probably the best way for them to enter into Cup. But that concludes my TED Talk. But that shall conclude today's video. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Like I said, if you want to check out my gaming channel or my Instagram, links to both of them will be in the description, or you can just click over here for my Instagram. But we're still at 192, 8 away from 200. I still do really appreciate y'all who have continued to subscribe. It does mean a lot, and I really do appreciate you guys a lot. But that's going to do it for today. So the next video on this channel will of course be the review for the Richmond race, and we're getting closer to the playoffs. And I also just heard the announcement that Ty Gibbs is running in his 4th straight Cup Series start, meaning Kurt Busch is out. So that is going to be a big concern, meaning if Kurt Busch cannot make the playoffs, what does that mean? Does that mean like he's officially out? How would this work with NASCAR's crazy playoff system? Oh my gosh. Please, Kurt Busch, please come back. He has the rest of this week after Richmond to rest, and then we'll see if he can come back for Watkins Glen. But if he can't come back for the Watkins Glen race, then he's not coming back for Daytona. Or no, he's not coming back for the playoffs. But anything can happen. It's only been 4 weeks, so we'll see. But thanks guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is NASCAR Mobile 48. Peace out.